Okay, welcome guys, welcome, and sorry about my throat. It's I lost my voice over the last week or so, and it's sort of been struggling coming back. And I've been away as well, which I don't think I'm allowed to talk about yet. It was gaming related and very, very exciting, and I wasn't able. I don't think I'm going to find out exactly what I'm allowed to say, or what I'm not allowed to say at this stage. But wow, it was fantastic. So I'll leave that as a bit of a teaser for for where I was and what I was doing, but it was yeah, awesome. Anyway, let's get into it. This is my first actual gaming session since I've been back. I've been back a couple of days, but just not quite feeling up to streaming with my throat. But today, hopefully, will be okay. Hi, Beacon. Thank you for the subscription. That's very, very much appreciated. Right, well, let's just go and continue where we left off last time. I can't even remember what we're doing, so we'll do a bit of a summary as we do it. We'll come in saying, yeah, Beacon saying hi to everyone. I think there's just a few of us, a handful of us here right now. We'll see how we go. So anyway, we'll continue on just playing the last game that we had, which I'm assuming is going to be, what are we doing in here? I'll have to figure out exactly where we are with the actual game itself. Now, I usually leave the game focused in on something that I want to be acting on. So we are still at war with the Alara Eden Retreat, and we're smashing them. And we're starting to peg back against the Daots with their major invasions. They've still got, what have we done? We've captured ships. We've destroyed 52 of their troops. Other ships destroyed 2. And military ships, we've destroyed 80 of their military ships. So that's how we're getting our points. But what they've done is they've been able to take 2 of our colonies, which we still have to get back. They did take a 3rd, and we've taken that one back now. So we're slowly going to be sort of moving back up through the colonies that they took, and getting there as well. Hi, Skedek, how are you going? And hi to anybody else that's joined us as well. So I'm just going to turn the music down slightly. It's just a little bit too loud. So let me tweak that down a little bit. All right, so yeah, and sorry about my voice again. It's going to be a bit croaky and not quite where it needs to be. I'll also just change where my head goes. Just sit it on top. Around there is usually the best spot, I think. sort of funny. I've got to think about all the different screens and where things sort of end up being. That allows me to look at ships and be able to at least should be able to now sort of look at all of the components that are inside ships as well. So we have an attack coming in right now, coming in through here. Now this is a refueling station, Capella 5 mining station, which is these guys are coming in to refuel at Capella 5. We have a group of ships coming through our second fleet, which is from memory one of our bigger fleets, is moving back in towards the mining station. And so they are sort of moving in. This is, of course, a gas giant, which is just back off through here. We have other fleets, or is that all just the second fleet? It looks like it's all just the second fleet. Yeah, moving its way in while we actually destroy the leftovers, really, of one of their invasions, by the looks of things. So what have we got in here? We've got ourselves some destroyers, a frigate, a destroyer there, a frigate, and one of their troop transports. You can see they're all completely out of fuel. So we've actually bounced in to chase them back to Capella 5. And Capella 5 was one of our planets. If we have a look back in through here, we can see that Capella, actually, where's Ancot? Oh, actually, they've still got 3, Ancot, Raltia, and Urbaru. What's the planet that's in here? There'll be a moon, and it'll be on that moon. So Urbaru, this was one of ours. So we are going to be able to take this one back. They've had it for a long time, so I'm assuming that the assimilation is 100%. Oh no, it's still fairly low. So if we take this one back, we should be able to pick back up the assimilation from that one fairly fast. So that's going to be useful. So if Upper Dave saying, I've not been here on Wednesdays for a while. Is this the same game you started a while back? We've been playing this for a long time. But having said that, we did play a different one before this and ended up losing that one. I forget who actually won that particular one, but we ended up, I think it was the Gizarians that actually ended up winning that one. The previous one, we were playing, I can't even think of who we were playing as. But at this time we're playing as the Gizarians. And we are, if we look at the victory conditions, we're coming third at the moment. The Dayots are way out in front, and we're at war with them at the moment. They've subjugated the Alara Eden Retreat, which is this one down in here. So they're very, very weak. And so that's something we could actually look at taking them over completely and just having them as part of our empire. Not that it's not going to worry. Like I think I have to more focus on the Dayots, to be honest. They're still a long way off winning, so there's still a lot of wriggle room. But we are fighting back. The big thing with us, you can see there that our actual economy is only like a third the economy of the Dayots. So the Dayots can really pump out ships and do things like that, whereas we just can't do that. So we just have to make sure that we don't lose ships. That's very, very important. So we've had to sort of use ship design and sort of tactical nous to sort of basically smash the Dayots whenever we come across them, which is okay. Our technology, we don't see technology in here. But technologically wise, we should be ahead of them. In fact, we can sort of tell that if we go back to our characters and go to our spies and just grab one of the spies. Like we've got a counterintelligence, which means they're not doing anything. So let's just go and cancel the counterintelligence mission and target the Dayots. That's funny. There's a couple of them. Dayots Inquisition. I'm pretty sure that's the one that we're up against. Let's have a quick look and see. And if we go to steel research, we can then see what research they've got. They've got a lot, actually. So yeah, we're probably behind them, I guess. So they've got accelerated shield recharge, advanced blasters, advanced torpedoes. And I think we're going for something like that. What are we doing? Ultra-dense projectiles. We're going for heavy railguns, and I'll explain why that is in a minute as well. These are great at smashing through shields, and so there'll be a problem we have with shielding at this stage, I think, that we need to overcome. So that's why we're doing that one. Fast mining, fast missiles, fever cures, light interceptors. I'm pretty sure our interceptors are better than what theirs are at this stage. Officer training, yeah, okay, we haven't done that one. That's probably a good one for us to try to look at as well. Orbital escape launchers, planetary energy weapons, planetary torpedo weapons. So their planets are going to be difficult for us to come up against, to be honest. Pulse jump theory as well. Okay, so they're also very, very fast in hyperspace. They're faster than us, so we have to be ahead of them all the time, which is quite difficult. Anyway, that's where they are. So that's where I'll just cancel that actual mission. So if I don't press assign mission, it'll just keep on doing essentially what it's going to be doing. In fact, if I just go back down to I won't do anything, and then the no mission, because it's on auto, it'll just pick itself back up again and start to do different, stop doing what it's doing. But the Dayots are very, very hard for us to send our spies against. So the Dayots are a fair way ahead with those. We're also a long way ahead in other things. So we're trying to go for the second research lab after we get this heavy railgun. The heavy railgun is going to, we'll do a redesign of our ships at that point, just to make use of them. And I'm guessing if we have a look and see inside their ships, we'll then sort of find that they've got, their shielding will be high, I'm guessing. It's only 960. This is for one of their destroyers. What have they got? They've got the shields 960. If we have a look at the actual, there's Talassos shields in through here, which give them a 480 shield strength, which are better than ours. The shield penetration chance is only 8%, so we have to basically smash our way through these as well. So by getting the rail guns, we can then sort of like assault their shields fairly well. If we have a look, they're using pulse torpedoes, which I think we are now using as well. I think we've got those as well. They do have wave bombs, which don't really worry us that much. These are area weapon torpedoes, which often these will be a problem if you've got your ships clustered, and we do have our ships clustered. So that's sort of where we are with those. Yeah, so they've got 2 pulse torpedoes, and I'm pretty sure we're using pulse torpedoes as well. The thing with these is, what you'll see is that they've got the shield bypass of minus 40%. So these actually don't do well against shields, but they do well against armor. So once they break through the armor, they do a lot of damage to your ships. And so we've sort of got our ships ready to run away when the shields drop. So by getting the rail guns, we'll be able to get a positive against those sorts of against their shields. All right, so they're going in to try to. Oh, there's another frigate there, just moving in to refuel as well. Let's just see if we've got any other things we can see going on at this point in time. There's a lot going on. We've got all sorts of attacks going in all over the place, where we're still on the back foot. But we do actually have a lot of different types of ships. Now, they're the only 2 that we're at war with, which is actually a good thing. We do have war missions as well. We'll have a look at those in just a minute. This has been dangerous down in, like, this is now sort of like we now see the full galaxy. And we extend from down in here all the way up into here. And the Dayots are all the way across through here. This is all of theirs. Sort of extends out through there, down into these different areas, which will slowly peg these back as we start to attack them. We have an invasion fleet, which from memory is the 4th fleet. Yes, the 4th fleet is on an invasion to get back the moon of Urbaru, and we actually have like a large group of like 22 armor, 9 infantry on the way to drop onto that particular world. We have a fleet already waiting there as well. So actually that's the 18th invasion fleet, which is from the enemy. Not sure why they're there. But we'll have a look at those as they come in. But these are now moving back from the... we've kept these back because the Dayots even tried to take some of these central planets. And so we've been able to sort of fight them back off. We'll have a look, maybe it's fleet by fleet, and then we'll look at the actual individual threats. The arrows that you see are the actual threat arrows coming back in. So we're really trying to keep on top of where their attacks are coming in. So we've got limited fleets, and those fleets have to be in position before they arrive because they travel through hyperspace much, much faster than we do, which is a problem. All right, let's keep on going. So if we go back through... Oh, by the way, this is an ally. So we defeated them in one of the wars. This is a Quamino. And they're sort of now allied with us, and quite strongly so. So we've actually got no problems with them. So I can almost leave them to their own devices down through here and to look after the south. But I have left the 7th Strike Force back in here. I think I left the 8th here as well. Yeah, I've left the 8th, which is also a major fleet, in this region, just to monitor what goes on here. We may move these back up towards the centre if the Dayots bounce back. So we'll just go through each of the fleets and just see where they actually are. So the first fleet is... the first fleet is an interesting fleet because this one actually we captured a Hive frigate, like a very, very powerful ship. And so this is extremely strong. And it's now moving its way back up into the central areas of our home bases here. And we're moving them slowly up towards these. So they're just moving up into different locations. Now it's going to an actual location. Looks like that may be trying to counter a threat. Yeah, there's another invasion fleet, not very strong, but there's an invasion fleet moving in as well. We can sort of see the slightly different colours there. All of these ships are Dayort fleets that have entered our space. This has been a really, really tricky attack that we've had to deal with, and particularly out through here in the Gulrath system. We've got a lot of fighting going on there. We'll have a look at that in just a second, because that's going to be ongoing as well. Right, so the first is moving up. The second fleet we saw is actually at Capella, which is going to get that one ready for the invasion. So when we actually have our invasion fleet, the fourth fleet will be... actually, the fourth fleet is... Oh, the fourth fleet is the one moving up. The second fleet is preparing the ground for the invasion. So we'll get that one back fairly soon. So second is looking after that particular system. And you can see we've got one damaged ship there already, just one of the escorts. It's got a health down there at 93%, but overall that's still pretty strong with what we have. The third fleet is another big fleet, and this is at Gulrath, so they're actually defending the Gulrath planet, and we have got a lot of defense we have to do there from different angles as well, which actually makes it even more difficult with the invasions coming in. We've had a lot of fighting going on there. The 4th fleet is our invasion fleet, which is moving down from the south. The 5th fleet is another smallish fleet. It's really just a defence fleet at this stage. I'll just check. And it's now an attack fleet. But we do have enough money now to be able to flesh out the rest of the ships. So we've designed these fleets to be able to be stronger and stronger. This one here, we need to keep on topping it up. So at the moment, from my actual fleet template for attack fleets, I've still got to get 2 destroyers and 2 cruisers. Sorry, you'll need 3 destroyers and 2 cruisers to be able to flesh this one out. At the moment, I can only afford 1 more destroyer. So I might as well click on that one and get that destroyer built. And so there's now another destroyer being built in through there. And so that will then just keep on adding to that fleet slowly over time. And I'm not sure where that's being built. If I go and click on that one, that's under construction. The Invader of Gulrath, I'm guessing it's being constructed at Gulrath. In fact, there it is, a little line there. So it's being built now on the planet, or just off the planet. And so that's where that one is now being built. So that's the 5th. The 6th fleet is where? Hang on. 6th fleet. Oh, it's back in here. So the 6th fleet is now down in this system, again, which is being under attack. So we've got the Nanigi system, and so we've got just a single fleet there. We've actually had to field a lot of attacks coming into this particular location from both the attacking forces to sort of take that one off. So this one's suffering a fair bit of damage, and they're now repairing at the moon here in the Nanigi system. So that's actually sort of under repair at this point in time. I think it should be okay. I don't think there's anything there that's a major threat. There's different ones attacking mining stations and things, but we're not going to worry about those just yet. So that's the 6th. The 7th is way down over here. This is actually an interesting little fleet. This is actually a carrier fleet. This is like a mini carriers, which have got like the ability to launch small craft, and a lot of them. I'm tempted to bring them north, but I think I'll just keep them back there as well. We're trying to also keep this character here under control. I've been letting this character here, like this ally, sort of deal with them over time. That was the 7th. The 8th fleet is also back here. That's right, they're there. We saw them before. The 9th fleet is a newish fleet, which is only a small defense fleet, and that is also at Gulrath. So I'm using this one to top up where we defend. So this is only a small defense fleet. You can sort of see there if I hover over that template. It's just a defense fleet template. So we've got those in through there as well. So that's sort of the, do I have a 10th fleet? No, that's it. That's all the only fleets I've got. So if I have a quick look at the actual military tab and the fleets, so 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, but there's no 10th. So that's all we have in terms of the actual fleets themselves. So that's where we are. We've got a lot going on. And with a lot of different attacks also just sort of bouncing in. So if we have a quick look at the Gulrath system, because that's going to be one that we're going to be needing to defend fairly strongly. So we've got, now what's this group? This group is the 9th Defence Force. So this is just a small defence force. If we go and click on them, they've got no mission at the moment. Back over here, we have... so this is actually the 3rd Defence Force, the third. I might just change the name of this. Third Attack Fleet, because this is now an attack fleet. It's got 2 cruisers, for example. Third Attack Fleet. There we go. And so it's now. Yes, got the Gulrath 3 mining station. I don't know what it was doing. So the 3rd is just hovering outside of the zone. Now, what have we got in through here as well? This is the 5th Defence Force, which the 5th is also now an attack force, an attack fleet. So we've been updating our defence fleets as we can afford to do it. 5th Attack Fleet. So they're defending the world from the south. So that's where there may be another attack coming in. Yeah, here we go. We've got another. We've got the ninth. This one's trying to invade Gulrath, but it doesn't have enough troops really to be able to really go and do it properly. What's it got there? 1 infantry, 4 armor. It's not going to do it. It's not going to be able to take that one on. So in this case, they're coming in and they've got no fuel. So we really don't have to worry about them so much. But they're just dribbling their way in. They're coming in from the south, and so the 5th will defend those. The 5th will take care of that. We also have another assault fleet here, which has taken some damage. It's got 2 infantry, 6 armor left in this one. 24th is going back off to refuel at the Onadrim 2 mining station, which is back over here. So if I just sort of go and have a look at that one, they're moving north away from the attack. So we've dealt with the main attack at Gulrath, and we actually have 3 fleets at Gulrath. If we have a look at this one in here as well, we'll sort of see that there's actually some enemy fleets moving around in here as well. So we've got the, this one is, if I just go back far enough, I can then pick up the actual, it's got the 19th fleet. Hang on, just let me go and grab the 19th fleet. So 19th Fleet is just a smallish group. They're attacking QL 65, which is still in the same system. So they're attacking into here. They're going to be wanting to take on this particular mining station. But we actually have ourselves the 6th Attack Fleet sort of dealing with them, as well as protecting our moon here. The moon, we've got a little bit of troops on the ground, so we're sort of building them up slowly. With a lot of debris from the attacks that have gone in. So this one there's not much left there. If we have a look at the group that we have here, this was the 6th, which is damaged, and so they're repairing at Cruella. I'll let that happen. Actually, I won't even bother going off and trying. Although we do have this one as well. It's the 6th. Yeah, we've got the 6th sort of spread out all over the place. I think I could destroy that one there. Like when I go back to the 19th. And then have a look at their ships. They've been refueled. If we have a look at them where they are, there's a few of them that are sort of like just a little way out. Yeah, fuel transports down that way. Another fuel transport. Oh, they've got heaps of fuel transports. Is that all? Most of them? Yeah, they've got 4 fuel tankers in their fleet, along with 2 frigates, so there's really not a lot that they can do in that system against us. So would it be worth smashing them at this stage? Probably. It's one of their ships. That's a Dayort ship, which is damaged. This is a very important world. This has got Zentabia fluid, so we definitely need to keep hold of this one. We've only got 1 fleet here at the moment, but the 6th. I think I'll let them repair, and we'll monitor what happens there. It'd be nice to get another little fleet in there if we could, just to round things out. So we've seen what's going on there. We're on top of that one there. We've got other fleets coming back out. The 9th Invasion Fleet has now run its course, and so it's now moving back with only 2 infantry, 1 armor left in it, moving back to invade Vatai, staging at the Chamali system. So this one's on its way to invade Vatai too. If we have a look and see where Vatai is, I'm not sure exactly where that planet actually is. Oh, it's way over here. This is where we're sending the 1st fleet in. But they have to go and actually form up, but they're actually out of fuel, so they're not going to be able to do anything. So they're not really a big threat, but I do need to keep a fleet back there just to handle those. So that one is actually moving. Actually, that one's moving off. What's this one here? This one is another invasion fleet moving to Vatai too as well. So these are trying to go further into our territory. Having a long-range scanners is absolutely essential at this stage. Rangatang saying, hey Daz and chat, this is a continuation of the Great War. Yes, it is. Out of Stuttering saying, welcome back from your vacation. Happy War Wednesday. There we are. Yeah, I've lost my throat. I've lost my throat for like at least a week now, so it's sort of annoying. There's an awful lot going on. I might just put it onto half speed, just so we can sort of see see the different bits and pieces as they click in. The first one we're going to look at though was the second fleet. So the second fleet taking on these enemies really, and attack the Curse of Chotus, which is which one? I'm not sure where it is, to be honest. Dreadful Death. That'd be cool to kill that one off. What's interesting here is we've got a medium troop transport there, which is one of the Dayot designs, but then we actually are finding also Mortalan designs in amongst the fleet. So they've obviously captured these ships at some point. So Rangatang saying, I can't believe the war score is back down to -50 with the Dayots. Wasn't it like -500k a while back from invade? Yes, it was. Yeah, we've been able to peg that one back mainly by destroying their ships. Like we've killed 80 of their ships, and we've been protecting our ships as much as we possibly can. So that's sort of how things are sort of then working. Yeah, so it's been that's been good actually. But once we start to take these worlds back, we'll be ahead of them again. So we're sort of on the way. We're moving back. Hi Ed, how you going? So have you found the ship yet in your travels in the game? I'm not sure what the ship is. I'm not sure what you mean. Do you mean like the big Mortalan ship that spawns in? I've played with the quests off, so that may mean no that we're not going to get them. All right, well let's watch this one and just see where they end up going. There's the Curse of Chotus there. So we're trying to destroy the actual troops. The troops are the most dangerous thing for me. Just trying to jump. Now we do actually have tractor beams on these, so to try to sort of stop them from getting away anywhere. And this one here is now sort of starting to lose its hull, and so we will have this one under our control fairly soon. These guys will now be refueling, or they should be trying to refuel. There we go, tractor beams hitting this thing. It shouldn't be able to escape now. Okay, that one's gone. So we've got the second again, so we'll just get the second to now go after any of the others. We'll just go after the destroyers, I think. So we've got ourselves, which one's this one? This one is a destroyer, and then a frigate there. If there's any other troop transports, we do have the troops transport, which was way over here, but it's now gone. The pirate ships will tend to be friendly, the ones that are in this region of space. So I don't have to really worry about them at all, because I've been friends with them for a long time. So second fleet, again we've taken a little bit of damage with some of the ships, so we'll just keep on smashing these. Actually I'll take on these. Fifth invasion fleet has been detected travelling towards Vatai 2, yeah. So we know that there's a lot going to Vatai 2. So they're not going to be all that effective when they get there, because they're not going to have the fuel for this. This is deep inside our territory. So I don't think we need to worry about that one. I'm just going to dismiss that one, because our first fleet we know is on the way there. So all helps. Keep on attacking these. Ninth invasion fleet, Vatai 2. Yep, not a problem. That's another destroyer. Let's smash this one. So they've just refueled. Yeah, they've just got their fueling from this mining station. Yeah, so these are all their ships coming in. Big cruisers are smashing this. Good, another one down. Just keep on smashing these all the way through. And this one as well. Awesome. Taking out the mining base as well at the same time. So you can see the tractor beams. And this one as well. You're saying so cool with your pants down, but now you're back up past the knees. Yes, I am. Look at that, we're nearly back up to negative 17k. We're nearly back to square. Alright, that's good. This gas giant, we will build a large mining station here, because we'll be deep inside our territory. And so now we have pretty much anything that they've got in here we'll be wanting to destroy. What have we got there? That's it's one of our fuel transports. No, that's one of their fuel transports. The Dayots. It's trying to jump away. That's okay. I'll let it get away. Most of the stuff, most of the infrastructure we still actually have in here. And it's really just going to be this world now. Where's that one going off to? Refuel at Makara 5. So I don't think we're going to be able to catch this one. Makara 5, where is that? If it's got a number after it, we know it's a major system. So it's got a refueling station somewhere. We know that that's a refueling station, the Onodrim area. But where's the other? Where's the other refuelers? If we can sort of locate where they are, it's going to be helpful. We can just click on that and then go and have a look to see where they. This is Makara back in through there, which is a long way off actually. That's interesting. So they've actually got a refueler way over here. I'm not going to worry about that. Just not going to worry about it. So we have now an important research station. So we want to go and this is actually fine. We've got the 4th invasion fleet is on its way. So we need to defend this important research station, which we do want to do. So I'm going to accept that war mission. I'm thinking the war will probably be over by that stage. Now, our war weariness is now -8, which is getting up there, which I'm not really all that comfortable with. I'm not going to accept peace though until we've got some of these planets back. At least this one and possibly Raltier. There is another one that we lost as well. I can't think of where that one actually is. So the 22nd fleet of the Dayots is, what are they doing? No mission, waiting for fuel tankers. So they're just waiting in there. But it looks like the Vatai is really where all of the other fleets now are moving into. So we're going to just have to stay back in here with our first fleet. So the first defense fleet is now moving back up into the Vatai system. So moving to, and we've got them moving to the actual location on the side of Vatai too. So they're going to be over here somewhere, just waiting for the invasion to come in, which will be fine. So they're going to be coming into Chimali first and then bouncing into Vatai, but I've got nothing else I can send back that way, and so we're just going to have to sort of stay where we are. So that should be okay. Yeah, where are we? So Ed's saying, I was wondering, always good to find you playing Distant Worlds 2. I love, well, just about every week I'll be playing this, like at this time. As Mifi is saying, have you created tutorial videos in Distant Worlds? I have, yes. I've created a whole lot of them, actually. Different sorts of themes. How to evaluate different empires. Generally, these sort of sessions, though, tend to be almost like I try to treat them a bit like a tutorial as well, but they're not like, because so much does go on, but it's more just trying to sort of intercept these massive fleets that we're now sort of got coming against us. And you can see it's just now wave upon wave from the Daewits, but we are fighting back slowly. We've just had to rearrange our forces and try to protect our forces. We don't have a real lot of money, for example, so we just have to sort of try to keep on top of everything. And the more our war weariness goes down, the more that's going to hit. I was trying to think of whether I should actually do another dedicated series for Distant Worlds 2. I always go in and have a bit of a look to see what sort of comments there are, quite often with Distant Worlds and a few of the other games that are fairly complex, just to see where people are struggling. And I probably should actually try to do something a bit more. I did a series for each faction, and I did a series on how to choose the faction you want to play with, and really just using the frigates as a goal, as a guide, really, just for the for what you can do. It's quite a simple way to actually get a feel for each of the actual factions. Just going to have myself a drink of water. Be right back. Saying, I can't believe you're winning this war. Amazing, General DasTacticus and the art of war. Yeah, it's been a good war. It was one of those things at the start. It was like, oh no, we're going to get absolutely crushed here. But we did manage to. We lost 3 planets, but we've been able to fight back now. So we're on the way back, and we're not going to give up. We're not going to sue for peace until we're right on top of things. So we've been able to peg this one back down to a score of negative 17k. Once we get a few of these planets back, that's going to be the end of it. So the 4th is now moving its way in to that system, so they're actually moving in. The 2nd is still, what have they got left there? There wasn't much that we had to worry about back here anymore, so we've got that one. This one is trying to jump. It's a troop transport, but unknown what's on board that one. It's probably a little bit too far away from my ships for them to be able to read that one effectively. I don't think that there's much we can do there. That one there, refuel it, yeah, Makara. So that's actually moving off in the opposite direction. Really what we want to be doing is, we've got the gas giant here, and then we've got Urburu backing through this other side with no troops. So this is going to be very, very quick. They're just building small freighters and things here, so there's nothing much that really needs to be done here. So what we'll do is we'll actually just use the 2nd fleet to well, how badly do they need repair? I could actually leave this and move off into other things. Let's have a look at some of these ships and just see. So this one here, we've got a bit of the armour is down. Now we will eventually repair this. I'll let that one just go a little bit. If we start to leave the system, I'll then reevaluate. Now we've got the Gulrath system as well. That's now moving away. These are all moving in. We've still got this fleet that's moving in here. And why is that over there? It's the 9th Invasion Fleet. And we actually have, this is our 5th attack force attacking the Alara Eden Retreat coming in. So we've got ourselves a frigate in through here. We've got ourselves another frigate which has now been sort of closed off. Another one down through here. Yeah, there's not much left of this particular fleet. If we go back out to big enough where we can sort of see what's going on, I can then go to the 9th Invasion Fleet and just see where they actually are. They possibly are all strung out. They're still coming in. So we'll just keep on smashing this one. This is going to be very, very one-sided because we've got no fuel. And so as they do come in, I'll just let the 5th do its job. In fact, the 5th are not even going after all of these. Let's just micromanage this a little bit more. The 5th didn't see this as a threat, so they didn't actually send the whole fleet, but by giving it an order to attack specific ships, at least I can then tell it to destroy ships one at a time. Anything that's close enough, it will target the other ships. Kill that one off. You know, there's this other ship over here, which doesn't have any fuel. And so this should be also pretty one-sided. This is what's interesting about this game, is that we've actually got a ship here which is taking a little bit of damage. This is actually one of our frigates, a heavy frigate. This is from the 5th Attack Fleet. It's actually moved off to attack this particular ship. This ship doesn't have any actual fuel. And so if we have a look at the actual destroyer, this is one of their destroyers. And you can see it's already taking a bit of damage with what's going on through this other side. It's got Thuon beam, which it can't use because the Thuon beam requires energy. And the energy has to come from the fuel into the reactors, and then the reactors then feed anything that requires that. So if we have a look at the concussion missiles, this one has got, it does have a bit of energy use, static energy use of 3. They shouldn't really be able to fire those, to be honest. We are seeing them, they have actually fired these, and that's got a static energy use of 1. Actually, they've still got the energy collector there, which does give them energy collection rate. So maybe they're getting the energy back through that way. If we have a quick look and see the weapons down this other side, general energy use. They should have 0 energy output though. So usually that means that their weapons can't fire. So that's interesting that we're seeing weapons firing back the other way. It's trying to escape because, yeah, it just can't really do anything. Come on, do the damage, do the damage. Got small crafter now coming in as well. And more ships. If we can just stop, it's no longer trying to jump at this stage. And that may be, what have we destroyed? The reactor, still got a reactor which is up and running. The 2 reactors are still working. The hyperdrive is still working. So it should be actually able to escape if it wants to. But the command center is there as well. So it's got the bridge. So it's got everything it needs to escape. I don't know why it's now turned itself off. But our fleet is now moving back up to attack this. And it's not going to escape now. Yeah, hyperdrive is now offline. There we go. Now, build a high fighter base for 10,000. Yes, that's a good one. We'll go and do that. That way we'll have some fighter craft back at Vatai 2 when they do attack. Getting the long-range scanners was such a critical thing for us to get, so we can see what's going on. Now, we've lost a little bit here again. Not sure what's going on there. It's like there's been other attacks, because we were at -17 there at one point. Anyway, that's the... just see if we can see the other enemy fleets coming in. No, it looks like we've destroyed that. Okay, that's good. So Gulrath is under control, which is great. We still actually have the 6th, which is now just repairing and just doing its own little thing around here. So the 6th is still being told to repair. I'll just allow that to actually happen. I'll just go and right-click again and just tell them to go off and repair there officially. So they'll be looking after that system. We have high fighter bases in most locations at this stage, and they're all moving down to Vatai 2, but our first is now moving into Vatai 2 as well. So we should be fine for that. And yep, so this one here is now just moving in. I'll just move back up to full speed again. Realty of 5 is under attack from this ship. We don't have anything here yet, but the 2nd will be moved off there once we take Capella. I could actually, like the 4th is does have a few frigates with it. I could leave that now and just get the 2nd to move off up to Raltier as well and just get that one ready. I might wait. I think I might just wait a little bit longer. 23rd Invasion. What are they doing? 23 Infantry, 1 Armour. That's a lot. That's going off to invade Vatai as well. That's okay. They can, of course, change their mind. So yeah, they're all moving down to Vatai, and we don't have any real fleets except for the first fleet to be able to maintain that one. Enemy 9th Invasion Fleet of the Alara Eden is detected travelling towards Gulrath 1. So if we have a bit of a look at this one through here, we do actually have a, this is our ship, and here they are again. So they've now moved back in again. These are the ones with no fuel. So that's what we were looking at just before, and so we'll now just watch these destroy the rest of this particular 9th Invasion Fleet. It's funny, I'm sort of missed where that one was, but they're still coming in. There's still actually a lot more ships. Only 1 infantry, 4 armour, but we'll be able to now destroy these bit by bit. So it's hardly worth doing anything here because they're not going to be able to do much themselves. So if I just go back to the 5th, just tell them to attack each one individually. Oh, that's a good one. It's got 2 armour and one troop on board. Take it down. Okay, what do we got here? We've got the one of their small strike forces is moving towards Rail Tier 5 again. We'll dismiss that message. So Jevon has evaded detection after successfully carrying the mission to steal the territory map. Okay, that doesn't really matter that much. Enemy admiral captured. I didn't realise that we had. I should have kept on looking for admirals and things, but one of them. We've actually picked them up in a pod that was dropped. Like this, all this debris can actually contain different things, and so we've actually got Maydog Dasson has been captured. If I go to show me, it'll be around. Which one is this one? This is the Kuala one. This is actually the one of the moons that we've been sort of doing things. So it looks like he may be inside here. No, he's not in there. One of these ships will possibly have him on board. But all this loot, there was actually an admiral that was stuck inside all of this area being picked up. So cargo shuttles, who knows? I don't know where that admiral has been picked up. One of these ships will most likely have him on board. He's not on the planet, but anyway, he's been picked up. So we've got ourselves one of their admirals, which is great. Just missed that one. New destroyer completed, that's good. So Gulrath 1. So that will be moved into, figure which fleet we're building up there. Oh, here we go. So the oppressed inhabitants of Itakalum have switched allegiance from the Boscara legionary and joined us. We've had a few of these, and they're a bit of a pain because we've had some good ones, but we've also had a few that aren't really all that useful. Like we had a really good one in here because we had Centabia fluid. Is that it there? Yes, it is. So this one here, they switched allegiance from the Boscara and joined us. The Boscara are they're a military dictatorship, and so they actually have coups all the time, and so they're very, very unstable. And doesn't impact our relationship with them as such, as it just means that their planets will then sort of come and flip across. Now this is actually a low-level Tekken world, and I don't know if I really want it, to be honest. Where is it? Which one was it? It'll be up in here, one of these worlds. This moon. I really don't want it, I don't think. It's going to cost me money. They come fully assimilated. Look, I'll let it go. I'll let it stay where it is. But I'm not going to worry about it. It's not really something that I'm going to be trying to protect, other than the fact that it gives a war score if someone does actually target it. And unfortunately, it is targetable from the others. So I'll just leave that one where that is. Hive swarm sighted. So the Karamoja Royal Dominion have sighted the hive swarm near. That doesn't matter. We've got enemy fleet detected. Ninth is travelling of the Alara Eden. Yeah, Gulrath, that's the one we're still actually fighting with at this stage. So let's go back in and watch the rest of this one. And then the rest of these. This is the 5th. Yeah, we need to still get 2 destroyers and 2 cruisers in with this fleet, which is fairly expensive. Yeah, they're gone. All right, so that's now covered that one. So we've now got those under control. Yeah, let's just out one of our fuel tankers back over there. It looks like there's still little bits and pieces. They've got a mining station back over here. I'm going to send the 5th out just to destroy these sorts of things as well. Yep. So that way we'll just remove anything that's close by. But we do need to keep a fair bit of stuff going here at Gulrath. It's a very, very important world for us. Mining station completed. Now, Vatai 2. Now the escort under attack. Yeah, that's, we just missed that. We've sent that one in automatically. Vatai 2 is where the next one's coming. Now we do actually have a spaceport. I can't actually build defense bases or anything at this stage. I haven't actually got those. Getting more. This is more from salvage. So whereas you can't fire weapons and collect the energy at the same time, only collecting energy when idle. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, thanks, Quark. So I think they must have fired and then stopped at that point and then tried to escape. I think that's maybe what happened. All right, so Vatai 2. Vatai 2, we are slowly building up the Hive fighter base. Now we are at 38%. So hopefully that will be built by the time the invasion hits. The first is coming in, so we're still waiting on the first fleet to arrive, and then they will protect Vatai. Here comes the first of their fleets, which is actually coming in with 10 armor and 5 infantry. So they're staging at Chamali first, back into here, which means that they're going to be hitting from the southern end of Vatai. So Chamali is going to be, it's like an abandoned, like it's a white dwarf star, and they're just going to be essentially collecting all their forces in here, and before they then move into Vatai. So if I go into, if I get the first, what I need to do is make sure that I'm actually sitting here. So I need to be right at this point to be able to then take them out. So I'm going to go and tell this fleet to move to that location. And I'm going to also just go to the tactics and bring it, it's already very tight, which is good. So that everything else is looking good there. So this is actually a very, very powerful fleet. So we should be able to dissect the individual ships fairly readily. I would have loved a small fleet there as well, just to help it out. Actually, the 5th fleet, we can now start to build up more ships. No, we can't. Oh, yeah, we've got 11,000. We need more than that. So we need 2 destroyers and 2 cruisers there. So we need to get more money. There we go. We're sort of now picking up more of the war progress as well. It's going to be interesting. By the time we get to here, that will actually have already gotten to the to Chamali. Let's just keep it all going. It's funny, it's showing that there's still fighting going on here. Still ships coming in. Gulrath is not really under threat. Like, we've got a lot of troops here. And we have, like, different fleets all over the place. Like, we've got the 3rd. Yeah, this is just a small defense fleet there as well. So I don't need to, in fact, all these ones I've got sending them off to do different things. They don't need to really be doing this. I can sort of just have these operating whichever way. I might just go and get the 9th, because I've got 3 fleets in this system. I'll just go and move to here. That way it'll just intercept the other fleet when it comes in. Now what this does for us is it allows us to even go back and take out the sorts of places like the Onodrim mining station. In fact, we do have different war objectives. Let's see if we can see what they are. Destroy enemy mining station way over here. That's probably a little bit too far for us at this stage. Research new technology. This is to looking to get planetary energy weapons, and then we also have the defend important research station sort of down in the south. So that's one where you do have to take out back over here. And I could go to the 3rd, which is not really doing anything, and move it off to do other things. So I could send it out. I might do that. I might actually send it up here to start with, and move and destroy this this refueling station. Let's go and do an attack with the 3rd. So just attack the Onodrim 2 station. So we'll take that one out. I don't know if these guys will still be here by the time we get there. But we'll destroy that, and then we'll go off and destroy the other thing as well. '22nd Fleet. Still waiting for tankers there. God, they move fast. They move so much faster than our ships. You can look at their fleet compared to this fleet over here. They're about twice as fast in hyperspace, and there's nothing we can do about that. That's a racial thing that they have as well. So they're all coming in, but the first is now here. That's interesting. This one is actually not... Oh, that one's staging at Chamali as well. So wave upon wave to deal with. Hi, Hoffman. How are you going? All right, so we've got the 9th Invasion Fleet towards Vatai 2. Yet we're aware of that one. We also have the 5th Invasion Fleet towards Vatai 2. So we've got those. That is the 23rd as well, which is not listed just yet. Incoming Fleet 23rd. There it is. So 23rd is also on its way. So we've got 3 invasion fleets moving down, and they're going to be fairly large. 5th Invasion Fleet has got 10 armour, 5 infantry. That should definitely be enough for it to take on Vatai, if it can get to the ground. We've got a few forces here, but it's not going to be enough. Like against one of their, if they can actually land. Yeah, they're all going to here, and then they're going to be coming back in. So we'll just need to. It's going to be really intense, that fight, and we've only got the 1 fleet there. Here we go. Here's our invasion now coming in. This will drop very, very fast. So the 4th, invade the Ebro system. We have got something's already building there. That's okay. Right. Well, the 2nd, there's no threat here anymore. So the 2nd has still got damaged ships. But I think we'll send it off to Raltier now. The Raltier system. Is there any targets in here that we can see? Not yet. We've got our own things in through here. But nothing much else. Raltier 4. All right, we'll just go into here and in this case what we'll do is we will blockade, and I don't think we can see much. There's a little bit there. There's stuff being picked up, for example. So the Dayots are sort of building what they can back at that location. All right, so Capella. Let's watch. This will be we'll get one of our locations. So our invasion is now going in. Ikaru. We'll decline that one. And incoming fleet detected. Yeah, 27th. That's a fourth fleet now coming into that particular station. So the first fleet is really going to have their work cut out for themselves when those fleets all sort of assemble at that one location. I don't know if they'll all come in together. I'm thinking that they'll probably be still piecemeal when they come in, but there'll be a lot to contend with. Not going to worry about that one. So our invasion forces, this should just hit and basically take it away straight away. Yeah, so we're now invading this particular world. There we go. And we've taken it straight away. All right, so we'll just pause that one. So if we invaded and taken over the colony, they had nothing there. And dismiss that one. The scouring. With our recent conquest of the colony of Urbaru, we can choose whether to implement the scouring. Scouring this newly acquired colony will grant us an extra tech from the conquest. It's always worth doing that, I think. Some of the existing population will be consumed, providing food to temporarily boost population growth for Gizarians throughout the Empire. Our diligent efforts to scour the planet will also no doubt reveal any hidden resource caches. So we've got some Gizarians here, which we can eat ourselves, but we can also then eat the Boscarans. So let's eat the Boscarans. So we'll scour the colony. Some of these random texts can be really shitty, but you never know. You may pick up a good one. What did we get? Oh, there we go. Look at that. That was a good one. Long-range tractor beam research has been completed. So we've actually now found this in the scouring of that particular one. So Gizarians, that's a unique Gizarian trait. When we take over a planet for the first time, we can then sort of go and do that one. So we completed the research in long-range tractor beams. This project provides the following advantages. So long-range tractor beam in through there. If we just go and dismiss that. Might have a look at that as well and just sort of see where that one actually was in the grand scheme of things. I'm going to pick up all of the troops that are here. I'm just going to go back to Urbaru as well, manage troops, and we're just going to go and recruit. I can recruit executioner hives, which actually have got a better defense. These are Boscaran troops. So I'll just go and build up a few of those. Actually, I can only afford 3 of them. Okay, that's fine. Just going to go to each of these and make them garrisons for this planet. And so the 4th can now pick up those other invading forces. Load troops. And so if we have a look back in there, they've now been designated for pickup again. So that was a really quick takeover, and we now are miles ahead in terms of the war scores. So this is very, very good for us. And we want to keep on pushing until we can really start to dominate. So they've now only got the 2 planets that are left, Ancot and Raltier. And so we'll go back and take both of these. Invading enemy colony, we've done that one. Dismiss, and incoming fleet detected. 9th invasion fleet, which we, again, don't really need to worry about. If we just go to show me, that's, whose is that? That's ours. Yeah, this is just one of their leftovers. You can see there the small craft from the planet are actually attacking this as well, and its reactor's already offline, so it's not going to be able to make it away. There's no troops on board anyway, so it's really a bit of a nothing. There is another ship down in here. Might just go and get one of the. So we've got the 5th. Might send the 5th back to attack this one. It's probably going to jump out of here before we get there, I would guess. It's got no fuel. So we've decimated those. Yeah, these are all still moving their way down into the Vatai system. Here we go. This first one is now getting close to bouncing in, so we have to keep an eye on that one. These are all now moving in. I think we're going to get a chance to deal with each of these individually, which will be good. So now the Capella system is now firmly under our control. The 2nd fleet is now moving off to Raltier. And we did, what was the other planet that we lost? Ancot, which will be a moon. Where is Ancot? I might just do a quick search for it. Go to exploration, search known items, and Ancot. Oops. There it is there. Oh, it's in the Venex system. Well, that's an easy one for us. I'll go to Raltier. Actually, I might even go to Venex first. I might do that one first, actually. So when we get the fourth, we'll pick up those troops and then just move straight across to take back that moon. There we are. We've now picked up all of the troops from there. So the fourth is now ready to go, and we'll just drop them straight off at Ancot, which is a smallish world down in here. That's interesting. They've got troops that they're trying to pick up there. These are all Daort ships. That's interesting. Maybe we go to Raltier first. So they've got like a lot of ships that they've actually, and these are actually Mortland ships that they've got for some reason. I'll send the fourth in here. Prepare and invade, which essentially just means that they're going to get themselves ready before they go in and do anything. So I'll move across with that one. I could even move the second out, you know. I might even do that. Let's get the second to change what they're doing and go across into the Venex system and just block off this one here. Blockade and Cot. All right, so that way they'll come in. We probably get them also just repaired while we're at Venex. Venex is one of our major systems. I forgot that we'd lost a moon there. Okay, so the next big thing we have going on, they've now bypassed Gulrith. We're going off to attack this with our fleet. There's some invasion fleets and unknown ships and things in there which we'll have to contend with. We'll see what happens there, but we also now have the big one is now going to be the starts of these invasions in the Vatai system. As long as our ships are here, we're going to be okay, because that's where they're going to come in. Now this one here, this is the Angry Stab, which is a hive ship. So we've got ourselves a hive ship there, which will be very, very strong. And we'll just sort of keep everything basically hovering around in here. This is a very, very strong fleet. If they drip feed in, we'll be able to destroy them fleet after fleet. And that should almost then be the end of the war by that stage, I think, once all of these invasion fleets make their way down to the Vatai system. I mean, there's still a lot of troops on board these, but this is now looking good. We might just bounce in and have a quick look and see what's going on here, while all this is getting ready to go in as well. Got different attacks going in against stations. I'm just going to let that happen. '22nd Fleet. Yep, so going up against mining stations, that's okay. Now the Daorts have offered to end the war. It's not ready yet because I want to take all these planets back. So definitely don't want that to be the case just yet. So if we have a bit of a look, and unless they start to offer us a lot of stuff, and as we get more and more war score against them, that will then become more relevant. And but I do want to get Ancot and Raltier back before anything else actually happens. So we do actually have them on the back foot here a little bit. I want to get more from them, and but the fact that they're now asking for peace is interesting. If you have a look at the diplomacy, they should also, hopefully, their war weariness is fairly high. No, theirs is the same as us, so -7. So I don't think war weariness is going to be a big factor for either one of us, unfortunately. So we're going to have to sort of just deal with that one sort of slowly. So I'm going to decline this one until we take our planets back. While salvaging a whole section of the Capella system, yep, that's okay. We've just found detailed maps. All right. I'll watch this one first. So this is the third attack fleet. If we've got troop transports with stuff on board, I'm going to go after them. These are all parts of invasion fleets and stuff, but there's nothing much that we have to really worry about. So that's coming in. The cruiser, the Grand Warlord, is under attack. Just have a quick look and see where that one actually is. Oh, this is all just part of this big attack in through here. Just dismiss that one. Dismiss that one. Incoming fleet detected. Oh, here we go. 9th Invasion Fleet. Oh, that's the same one again. Same one again. So if we just have a bit of a look, we'll sort of see that they're going to be destroyed. Anything that comes in. This is still just that same limping fleet that was there before. This is the 5th. Just get it to go and kill this one off. Attack the Prime Banshee. All right, so we can now definitely go on the attack here with what we're seeing. So should be able to smash our way through, because this is a much stronger fleet that we actually have here. Just move our way through them all. Oh, here we go. Now we've also got the attack has now gone in. So let's have a quick look and see what's going on here. So we're now seeing the first of the invasion fleets, which have now formed up at Chamali and are now moving in towards the planet. A few things we want to find out first is, so we've set this fleet up to be in the way of whichever fleets arrive. So the first fleet is now ready to intercept. At Vatai, we do have a fair few different troops there. I'm just going to move this one and make that one into a garrison troop. And we do actually have the Hive fighter base is now operational. So we now actually we'll find that there'll be small craft somewhere. There's one there, there's a medium bomber, but there should be a whole lot of them clustered around. Now, one of the problems in it, which I've given feedback on, is that you often don't get to see the number of, it would be cool to know how many fighters have been built, and it may be that we're actually building from scratch, and so it may be that we don't have any clusters of fighters available just yet, but that will help anyway. It'll still help with the actual fight. So first fleet, what we want to do is we want to target, see how this one's got like 2 armor, one infantry, 2 armor, 1 infantry. All of these invasion ships have to be destroyed, so we need to get rid of these before they can drop those armor. So all 4 of those are critical. The other ones here will do damage to my ships, but we need to stop the invasion. So these are the ones that we target. So I'm just going to go first of all and attack the Mighty Marauder. Now they've been unpleasantly surprised by what's actually there. So we want to kill off as many of these as we possibly can before they jump. No, they've all jumped out. So they've realised this is much too difficult for them to take on, and so that fleet they've got the 5th Invasion Fleet there, which is moving to Ancot in the Venex system. So they're moving back across to this world that we're going to be taking. So they're moving back there to that location. We actually have this group has now come in as well. I'm not sure what they're doing. This is actually our ally, so they've moved in as well with their ships, which is actually ideal for us because it means that they can actually help us with all sorts of different things going on. So Ancot has now become an important station for them, so we'll take that from them straight away, and so they won't be able to do anything else there. Venex is one of our core systems, so I thought it might flip at some point, but not while the war's going on, I guess. So that's the first invasion, which has now been taken care of, even though nothing got damaged. But we do have the second moving in to Venex, and so we should get there before they get back there. We've still got the 23rd. If we go back to the 23rd, they're also going to be invading Vatai, and so I'm going to now stop, make sure that these guys don't go off and do anything stupid. So the first is just going to be given told to stop and clear any queued missions. Just stay where you are, because this is exactly where the invasion is going to come in. So we're right on top of them now at this location. So I can just leave it there. We just wanted to kill off as many of those troops as we possibly can. So yeah, the 5th is now moving off. 23rd still coming in. Let's have a look at this one again. We should be smashing our way through. So this is now the 3rd. Taking a little bit of damage with some of our ships. And the idea is still to take this one out. And I think we might claim that one for ourselves, actually. We'll build a mining station there if we can. Now we've got all these ships that are here, so we're just going to get the 3rd and just tell them to kill off whatever they can find here. Someone's got troops on board. That would have been good to have gotten. I don't think we're going to get that in time. Oh, yes, we will. Bang, there we go. All right, that's good. So we've cleared out this one. I've got Hive Swarm now detected. We'll dismiss that one. And we're now going to move the 3rd fleet, even though we've got one injured ship. We're going to move it all off now to... in fact, it looks like we've got a problem with one of the fuel. Yeah, this one has got. This one doesn't have the fuel to move off. So if I look at the 3rd again, the actual is a little dot there. That's the fuel that we have for the fleet, but it's only because one ship doesn't have the fuel. Let's go and find out what this other target is, and we'll just send them off that way anyway. There it is. There it is, there. All right, so we'll take out this war target. Take the Verboy mining station. So we might as well do that with this fleet, even though there's a problem with one of the ships there. So that's okay. The 2nd is now moving back in. I might tell the 2nd, the fact that these other guys are here now, I'm going to tell the 2nd now to just go back and repair at the main planet in the Venex system. This one here. Where's our spaceport? There it is. Repair at Venex 1 spaceport. So they'll move off to Venex 1, which is the major planet in that system. And in the meantime, these are now crossing over. Now, are they coming in at a different angle? Still staging at Chamali. Okay, we've got a war declared with a couple of the others. It's got a lot of infantry and only one armour. So it's bouncing in, then it's going to go off to Chamali. So even though it's going to come in on an angle, it possibly will land in here and not here. Yep, so it's bouncing into here, and then we'll change direction to move off to Chamali. Build high fighter base at Schizo. Where's Schizo? Yeah, look, because so much is being targeted here, I think I'll actually build that one there. The other thing I could do would be to get the 5th to get more ships, but that will be okay. I'll decline that one. Already got enough friendly pirates, I don't need any more. Alright, so the Vatai, they will then move off to then stage. You can see they're sort of all over the place. So, yep, to Vatai 2. 27th is coming in as well. Oh, Savage Star's Prowlers eliminated by the Daewits. That's a problem for us because that was actually one of our friendly pirates. No, not a problem, but it's like a pirate faction that the Daewits got rid of. I'm not sure where that actually happened. Incoming fleet. Yep, just missed that one. The mining stations I'm not going to be worrying too much about. Fifth invade. God, they move fast through space. Move so fast. Not going to worry about trying to catch up with the various mining station attacks. Do you actually have attacks going in here? Not sure what's going on there. Anyway, 6th is yep, that's okay. Attack the 18th fleet, which will be this one here, I'm guessing. Yep. So I'll just let them do their stuff automatically. I won't get in the way of whatever they're doing. Really just sort of stamping on the big threats at this stage rather than anything else. Now here comes the 23rd invasion fleet. Will now start. Will collect itself at Chamali and then move in. So they'll now just get themselves ready for the invasion, and then they should land right in the middle of our fleet. Escort, and then just might have a quick look at these. Yes, this is actually where we've got them surrounded. That'll be destroyed. The frigate Dark Hunter, the Venex 4. Let's have a look at this one here. So they're now moving in. This is the 4th invasion fleet. So they're moving in against. They've got a bit of an attack coming in this way, but it shouldn't really worry us too much. Yeah, no, that's fine. It's fine with what we have there. Okay, so Railgun is now still 100 days away before we can sort of redesign our fleets. Incoming fleet detected. 16th Defence Force towards Chalab Enigma, which is at Onderim. Excuse me. Sorry, just. Quick look at this one. So Sheikh Vivid is saying, who's excited for the new Tikan and Harkonish? Yeah, that'd be cool, actually. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not sure when that's due to hit. I keep on, every time I go and play it, I always go and have a look to see if there's a new open beta which we can plug into, but there's nothing there yet. To sort of start to test things out, which would be very, very cool. Incoming fleet detected. Yep, so we do actually have at Onderim, there is actually more stuff going on. Have we got a ship there that's been abandoned, maybe? Yeah. Hyperdrive is offline. This will be destroyed by the others. That's okay. So that's one ship that's just not gonna, that's the one ship that didn't make it out of that particular attack. That's the way it goes. That's just the attrition of war. Okay, so let's go and watch this invasion go in, I guess. Although we've got 2 invasions now, we've got our own invasion here, which has got a few troops on the ground here. Got small craft coming in with our ships as well, which is good. So we should be able to wipe these out. Here we go. These guys are helping out, which is great. I love this. You know, like this is now our ally coming in to lend support while this invasion goes in. And in the meantime, our 2nd fleet will be over here repairing nicely. So the 2nd fleet is still repairing at Venex 1. So there'll be individual ships there repairing. And then we can go off to Raltier as well after we take this world. So that world's going in. What about at Vatai? Are they coming in yet? Here they come. They've stalled. They're going off to refuel now. They're actually not participating. Oh, there we go. Heaps of them there. Let's just get our first. So they did start to come in, then realise that this was not a good idea. Attack the cruel dictator. This one here is possibly still able to attack. Yeah, it'll get away. No, it won't get away. That one's gone. And that's a lot of troops destroyed just in those 2 ships. Okay, that's worked out very, very well. Accept war mission, defend colony. Gulrath 1, yes, you definitely accept that one, because we're going to not lose Gulrath 1. We've got more than enough to defend that one. So they're attacking our mining stations now. So things have sort of moved away from these invasions to a large degree. And they're now trying to get rid of infrastructure to get their war score back up. And they've been able to get a bit of it back, but not a lot. So Ancot will now fall. We still have invasion fleets moving their way back through. This one is trying to move its way back to this system, but we should then be able to, in fact, what we can do here is get the second fleet, which is still technically repairing, but I don't think it really is. So I'm going to move it across to where this fleet is going to be coming in. So let's just move to there. And in the meantime, the 4th will just keep on whittling away at all of these. You can see all the small craft smashing away at the various ships that are here. Coming fleet detected, 25th Defence towards Raltier 2, that's okay. We'll have Raltier under our control fairly soon. Just missed that one as well. Lots of small craft coming in. We want to stop these from landing their troops. So we're just going to go and give orders to attack these various other locations. They shouldn't land automatically. They should be thinking about it. They're not offloading, they're just staying where they are. Ninth Fleet, yep, travelling towards Vatai 2 as well. Dismiss that one. Here comes the ally as well, moving in to destroy all of this. We've fought back, guys, we've fought back. And we now have our troops on the ground at Ancot. So if we have a look at Ancot itself, we now actually have massive amounts of troops that have now landed on the surface, and we've got just one of their trapper groups is defending here. If we have a quick look at the population, it's only assimilation is only 23%, which means that when we take this one, we're going to get it back fairly readily, and we should be able to then scour this one as well. Colony conquered. I think we could scour it. We invaded and taken over the colony Ancot. Victorious has completely defeated the enemy, so we'll dismiss that one. Just keep it on pause. Yeah, the scouring. So we'll scour the colony. Hopefully we get another good tech. Come on. Click the button. Oh, there we go. Resistant interlaced armor. So this is reactive hex armor. This is good stuff, actually. This is very, very good. So we've completed research in resistant interlaced armor now as well. So we're getting good tech out of these scourings, which is awesome. This is actually the best way for us because we're so dumb as a faction. Like we need these sorts of benefits as we go. Dayot's travelling towards mining stations. Not going to worry about mining stations at this stage. So we're now up to plus 324k. We've only got Raltier 1 is the only place we have left that we need to worry about. Now they've sort of designated a couple of let's just go back to the 4th and tell the 4th to go and pick up all the troops at Ancot. So we moved this invasion fleet was actually for the south of our empire, and we've now had to move it back up into the home worlds, and now and just take what we can. But it's a powerful group, very, very powerful group. So we'll get them to load troops at Ancot. And in the meantime, we'll just destroy what we can in here. So the second, just keeping on smashing through these. Tractor beam smashing it as well. All right, so that is good. That is very, very good. Now they'll be moving off to Raltier. The second will follow them in, and the fourth will then follow them in. So Raltier is now going to be the next target. Second, got a little bit of damage there. Okay, refuel and repair at Venex 1. Let's just do that first, while the fourth picks up their troops. In fact, we've almost done it. Yeah, infiltration swarms there as well. If I just go back to the fourth. 4 infantry, 21 armour, and 1 special forces. Just try to load troops there again. Yep, that's got them all now. The troops, we've got the generals sitting here as well on the ground. Definitely want to get them transferred to 4th Invasion Fleet. Okay, that's going to go back up. 4th Invasion Fleet and transfer. Alright, so they'll move up into the invasion fleets as well. Yeah, that's all working well. So we've now taken back this system. Let's just go and grab a few more of these ourselves and just set these up as garrisons as well. Okay, that's good. Just missed that one. So these were easy targets for the Daots. We're now at negative 10 war weariness, so it's a bit of a problem. We're getting close now with the ultra-dense projectiles. We should be getting close now with this attack as well, coming back in over this other side. So we'll let it destroy that one. And yeah, we're not seeing any other real big threats out this way just yet. Yeah, we'll just keep it all moving forward. 23rd Invasion is still coming in as well. Actually, that's run out of fuel. That's going back to Raltier as well. This one here, the 27th Invasion. Out of fuel, but still going to try to invade Vatai, which is not going to be able to do. So they're running out of fuel. They have not been able to do much there. 24th Invasion Fleet, waiting for fuel tankers all over the place. Again, we've taken out their refueling station there, and we're taking out their refueling station back over this way now as well. Yeah, what have we got there? We've got so orangutan saying 9 versus 10k. So pause just before winning. What was that? I'm not sure what that was you were referring to there. Yeah, so orangutan saying 9 total, not even 9k. Not sure what that is. What are you referring to with that? Not sure what you mean. The invasion. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, it was. We've got a big invasion force. So we're doing well. Let's have a quick look at the technology. So getting the ultra-dense projectiles there, the massive railguns, which are planetary railguns. What else do we get? We got the. What did we pick up recently? We got the long-range tractor beams, which these are size 20. These are actually smaller in size, but long range. So we're going to be able to make use of those, which will be good. And so that's one that we did pick up. So we'll redesign the ships with the tractor beams with that once this war's over. So I won't change what we've got just yet because I need all of the fleets doing what they're doing. The other one that we picked up was the shielding, or the armor. Which is down around here somewhere. Here we go. So it's our Gizzard. It's actually our unique tech that we've actually now picked up, This is a long way down, which is fantastic. And so we've actually got this, this is now just automatically reactive hex armor. I don't know if we need to build that. What have we got there? This is, oh, that's just hex armor. Yeah, so reactive hex armor is actually stronger again. The iron sheath armor is just version 2, so we don't have to do any upgrades with that one through there. Wow, reactive rating there of 6 with the reactive hex armor. Damn, that's good. That's so good. That is really good. So we're going to have to actually, we're going to have to build that into our ships. So we are going to have to redesign our ships once this war's done, I think. We're not ready yet, but or we could sort of just try to do things little bit by little bit as they come in. I'll wait until I got the big rail guns anyway, and then we'll sort of redesign at that point, and then fix up all the different bits and pieces that we actually have. There's nothing coming into the Vatai system that we need to concern ourselves with in the immediate future. This one's the only one really. It's not going to be able to do anything. It's going off to Raltier. They're following them into Raltier as well. Great. Incoming fleet, the 27th. Yep, that's okay. We're aware of that. These are little raiding groups that are going off just to kill off the various infrastructure. Now, that's another 20th fleet. That's a big fleet. What's it doing? Moving to Whaling Sentinel. I don't know what the Whaling Sentinel is. No troop capacity. This is an attack fleet. And so it's coming in. Now, we've actually got the 5th attack fleet. Oh, hang on. Capture the Whaling Sentinel. So the Whaling Sentinel is where? We're all over the place with this fleet. I'm not sure where the Whaling Sentinel actually is. We're going to need to go back to Gulrath. Yeah, we're all over the place here. All right, this is a bit dangerous. So I'm just going to tell them to come back to Gulrath 1 and look after themselves. Hang on, do I want to do this? Where is the Whaling Sentinel? Which is troop transport that's way out there. So these are coming in to try to protect it. All right, so that's their ship there. I'm not going to worry about it. There's no real... The best thing I can do with the 5th is to just move it back home again. Back to Gulrath and just have it sort of sit back. Where is it? There it is. Get them all congregated back there again. We've sort of lost our way here a little bit, and the 9th as well is just sitting back out over here. Just get them to refuel. All right, now there is actually, what's that there? I'll tell them to get rid of that mining station. In fact, I can start to use the 9th as a raiding group to take out their infrastructure inside my territory. I might do that actually. So they're a defense fleet, which is, you know, the structure that they actually are. But what we'll do is we'll give them a role of raid, and that's a good enough range for them to be raiding, I think. So I'm just going to let that actually happen. Raid targets within 50m, and so they're just going to use Gulrath as their home base, but then just raid anything they can find inside that range, which should be fine. Okay, let's watch these go in now. Yeah, Orangutan saying the Wekaru are lucky. This war saved their worlds. Well, they became friendly, and so we're sort of lucky to have them, to be honest, as allies. They've been good allies. That. It's going to be interesting to see what this group does. There we go. We've now got our ultra-dense projectiles as well. With the heavy railguns. I might do a redesign of the ships, I think, at this stage. And then we can sort of start to rebuild our fleets accordingly. Now we do actually have the 5th also does need to get some extra ships. Actually, I'll do it once we've actually got these redesigned. So if we dismiss that one, we're now going after the enhanced research labs, which will be fine. That's just going to help us to unlock more. We want to get the carriers essentially. That's sort of where we're aiming for. So if we go back in, what we're trying to do all the way through here, and in fact, it's something we should probably have a bit of a look at soonish, is to undo the carriers, which are here. To get those, we need to have a research threshold of 40% in construction, and at the moment we have 24. So we need to get another a fair bit more. We do that a little bit by getting those research stations. We also need to go and get ourselves a specific construction research station, which the Dayots do actually have. So even if we don't get it this war, I will get it soon. So that's something we will be looking to try to get. I think all of these are 40% construction to get everything in this line. Yeah, it is 40% all the way through in capital ships as well. 40% construction. So once we get the construction, like the level of construction, because we're not smart enough to get that ourselves, we just have to find other ways to do it, and that will be the way that we do it. We can, of course, also luck out and get these through scouring planets. So by taking over planets, we do have a chance of getting those. We don't have defense bases, and I'm sort of almost tempted to go and get that. Just so I can sort of add them to the mix. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about that one. It's not bad for us to do that. We do have advanced construction down there. It's the advanced shipyard. Yeah, this one gives us the. You can see there, it's going to have. There should be a construction there where we end up getting a big bonus. Grand attack, empire bonuses. Oh no, it doesn't do it. I thought that one gave us construction research as well, but that wasn't the case. All right, well, now that we've got what we needed, I think we'll just go back and redesign all the ships that we actually are designing ourselves. Let's just go back in and have another quick look. So ship designs, we're only designing a few of them. We should remember what you choose. I always click on roll just so that they're all together. We've got we've got one destroyer hull, but we've got 2 different roles for these. We've got the carrier version 2. These are all the manuals that we actually have in through here as well. Our cruiser, our pulse cruiser, might start there and actually move our way through. These ones have got the tractor beam, so we're going to change the tractor beam out and get the smaller one in. So yeah, Shakespeare say not long to go now with the Tikans and Harkonish. I'm not sure when that's due. I know it's not that far off. We'll start with a light cruiser anyway, and just do we want to go something specific? Well, I'll start here. I'll just do an upgrade. I like to always do edit. Just the size here is 749, and this was last designed in 2331, so we're 7 years on now. And if we just go back to edit, I just like to sort of see what was actually placed on these. So, for example, we've just got hex armor all the way through. We're going to get reactive hex armor in there. That will be fine. We've got countermeasures, swarm targeting, and crystal sensors. That should be fine. We don't have anything in the hangars there at all. We're using pulse wave cannons, which we may switch those out, actually. Might do a bit of an evaluation on those. They're a bit old. These are stuff that we stole back in the early part of the game. We've got the impact assault blasters. Okay, what we're using here is pulse wave cannons, impact assault blasters. Let's have a quick look and see. Just cancel that. Cancel that. And go into the weaponry and just sort of see where they sit in the grand scheme of things. Pulse wave weapons are back into here in level 2. These are a Wackerus weapon that we stole. These are not really going to be doing what we need them to do, I think, anymore. So because we've now gone 2 tiers further on with everything else, So we've got efficient point defense in through there, which is the buckler repeating blaster. Having said that, I do still like the sentinel beam. I don't think we get that one. They've got the Thuon beam. I don't know whether to keep that or just go with torpedoes. The enhanced torpedoes there. So these Epsilon torpedoes, size 30 as opposed to size 30. So same for the mediums. That's a tricky one as to which way we go with those. Yeah, might have a look when we're in there, just knowing a bit how far along here we are. We do have advanced missiles, but I'm not really going to be bothering using these. They're not really the way that we want to go. Mass drivers there. It's a bombard weapon. Well, that's the other thing, actually. Doing bombardments would now become something fairly viable for us. This is the ultra dense, this is the heavy railguns that we just picked up. These are size 40. And again, they've got the shield bypass there of 40%. We wanted to start using those. So, and the torpedoes, where are they? They're still up in here somewhere. Enhanced torpedoes. We've got the advanced torpedoes there. We can pick that up pretty fast. I might go with the torpedoes and then add these in as my next thing that I go for. So if we switch across to Epsilon torpedoes, let's just go and pay the cost on those and just ramp them up actually, you might even do it before the advanced research. Do it that way there. Rangoon saying, has the war dented the Dayot's game score? No, it won't have. We haven't impacted their core systems at all, not even slightly. So all it is their it's just their ships and things of what we've been destroying, and they'll be building them very, very quickly. So the attrition wise, it's going to be hard for them to keep on going, but ultimately they're just way too powerful back up in these different areas. It would be good for us to be able to try to peg back a little bit from where they are, maybe even take the Alara Eden home base, home planet. That would be fairly cool to go and do that. They do have these little outlier systems as well, but a lot of these are really small, like they're really crappy. So I want the bigger planets. So I think the war will be over before that actually does happen though. With these here, these torpedoes are just going to enhance the torpedoes that we end up getting. So let's go back to the construction and start with the cruiser. And we're just going to go now and upgrade. And this one has now got one defect. So total size is now greater than the hull. We're now 2 over because it's gone and fixed up a few little things that were actually in here. So let's have a quick look and see. We've got the pulse wave cannons, which are large weapons at size 45. I'm going to ditch those. With the long-range tractor beams in there as well. This is now smaller than what there was before. So that one works out fairly well. Corvidian shields and iron sheath armor. Now I've gone with iron sheath armor, and so they've replaced the reactive armor with iron sheath armor. I'm happy to leave a couple of those, but I'm going to go and change these to hang on, where are we? If we just go back to latest per category and family, and then that one there. That should be the defaults really for doing this stuff. So reactive hex armor is what we want to be placing in here. So we've got 2 reactive hex armor. That takes us well under the limits at this stage. That's all fine. That's all fine. So I could even get rid of this iron sheath armor and put in even more reactive hex armor. This is so strong, this stuff. Although having said that, the iron sheath armor is as well. It does have a reactive rating there of 6, which means that if there's a this is for on the hull. If a let's just say there's a railgun, a pellet that does 10 damage. You subtract the reactive rating off that, so it'll only do 4 damage, which is fairly substantial. So that's going to protect our ships enormously, just by having that there. So we'll keep on going that way. I think we might even ditch that one and just we'll keep 1 iron sheath armor and 3 of the reactive hex armors. That gives me a little bit to play with in here, a fair bit to play with actually. We got rid of the big weapons, so we'll go back to the weapons. What we want to do is we want to get the medium torpedoes are now going to be replacing the impact assault blasters. Impact assault blasters in here, only size 20. I might just leave them off for a second. The heavy railgun though is the one that we want to now actually have smashing through the shields. So on the large mounts, we're going to throw heavy railguns in both of these locations. That takes us up to 736. So we've got the 2 heavy railguns, a size 40. This is 5 less than the pulse weapons that we have, but these are now going to do more damage than what we had before. We do actually have a bombardment ability with those now as well. If we go back to the, I don't know if we can see it there actually. Pulse wave cannon. Yeah, that's it there. This one does have a bit of a bombardment, but nowhere near as much as what we had there before. We should be able to start to bombard their small planets and basically destroy them. So we'll keep that one there. We then have another, some locations off to the side. And one at the back. For point defense, I've got a sentinel beam, which I think I'll still keep them as sentinels in the center. That's a 360 mount in the middle there, which really means that the 3 impact assault blasters that we have, where are they? It's a bit hard to sort of tell where they actually are. That's long range tractor beam there. That's impact assault blaster there, impact assault blaster there, and impact assault blaster there. So I'm going to change these from blasters, in fact, if we go and have a look at the, change the impact assault blaster, the medium impact assault blaster, which is nice and small. It's a really nice small attack blaster. We'll compare that to the Epsilon Torpedo Mark II, which is 10 more, so it's 10 more size. So I might have to keep 2 impact assault blasters and just put a couple more of the torpedoes in. The damage from the torpedo does 44. It's going to be more when it upgrades, so it's going to be sort of like up there a bit more. The damage rate doesn't really matter that much. The bombardment, again, we get more bombardment a little bit with the just very, very slightly with the torpedo. The range is double, which is good. So I think putting those on will actually help. And then the overall, the shield bypass is small, but we've now got the railgun to mitigate that. But then the armor bypass, we then bypass the armor. So we sort of then, by putting them in, we then get we do more damage ultimately. Okay, I think we'll actually pop as many of those in as we can. I'll pop them into the bottom areas. So it's going to be we've got impact assault blaster. Just go back to the medium epsilon torpedo. So place that one in there, and in there we're over by 6. I'm not really comfortable bringing anything else back from that, so I'm going to have to go back to the impact assault blaster. I'll place that one there. So I'll just go in with 1. That'll do me. So 3 impact assault blasters, 1 torpedo, 2 heavy railguns. Think of all the large weapons. We do have atomic devastators. This is for bombarding planets, which I'm not going to worry about. I'm not going to focus on it as a main thing that we do. The medium Thuon beams, yeah, we haven't worried about that one as well. I think I'll have to just go this way. It would have been cool to get 2 torpedoes, but there's nothing much else we can really switch around there. Everything else is looking pretty good in the middle there. Cruise systems, yep, that's okay. Hull size. Yeah, I think everything else there is good. So let's just go and this will be the, I'll call this one the light cruiser. Or it's actually more of a rail cruiser now. We'll just call it the rail cruiser version 2. So I'll save and exit. This is because we're no longer using pulse weaponry. So rail cruiser 2 will be our new cruiser design. The destroyer, we've got the carrier. If we have a quick look in this one and edit, I probably won't upgrade this one to see what sort of weaponry it's got. Yeah, it's got hardly anything, so I'm not going to worry about this one. Actually, I could change the hex armor. So I might actually, I might do an upgrade of this one. So if we just go and upgrade, this one is purely as a carrier. And yeah, we're well over this one now. So we've got the iron sheath armor, which we want to change back to the reactive hex armor. It's still well over. What else did they add to it? I'll just cancel that for a second. Three of those are empty. 3 engines. They didn't change. That didn't change. That doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. We had space there for it. Did they change the Nova core reactor maybe? It's a nice little reactor. I'll just cancel that and just edit that again. I'll just upgrade that again and just see if they... I still got the Nova core reactor. It's gone to 630. That hasn't changed. That has changed, but it doesn't matter. I can't figure out what's gone up. Oh, concussion miss. No, we had that. We didn't have a large one. I think that may be it there. Hang on, just let me cancel that again and have a quick look and see. Yeah, we only had a medium there. This is just so that they can keep their distance. This is the only reason we have this missile. Alright, so if I go back and cancel that one, just do an upgrade. Upgrade at least sort of, we'll try to fix up things that that need to be re-looked at. So if we just go back to the medium concussion missile there. Yeah, this is 72. That's all of the space. So just put that back to medium. That then gets us under where we were. The iron sheath armor. This is so that mainly for iron weapons don't actually hit us. But I want to go to the reactive hex armor for a couple of these. That does give me 8 to play with, which is not really enough. What I can do though is just go into a back to the vectors. Get the multi-vector. Throw it into one of them. Takes me up to, oh, hang on, then we're over the crew capacity, forget that. Yeah, we're running the limit there for crew, that's okay. So I'm going to keep that one where that is. So this will just be slightly better. So we'll save and exit that one. Okay, then we've got the actual deal breaker destroyer. Let's go and have a quick look and see what this one's made up of. It's got a deal breaker beam here, which... Again, we'll probably end up getting rid of this. This one has shield and armor bypass. The deal breaker beam again is old tech, but it's stolen tech. So I'll do an upgrade of this one. I've got 2 hex armors there. I'll just go and upgrade that one. And we're still well under with the changes that came in there. It's put a large Thuon beam as what it thought would be a better weapon there, which is fine. Like it's no problem for it to do that. Size 42. Let's have a quick look at our weapons. I think I'm going to go heavy railgun here though. And then we've got the impact assault blasters there as well. And I think I've got space, so I'm going to go and switch some of these out into medium torpedoes. Just because we're going to get the higher level torpedoes. Now, what have we got there? That's the heavy railgun in the middle there. Impact assault blaster. What else have we got there? There's impact assault blaster at the back. If I make that into a torpedo, I could probably actually change one of the other ones into a torpedo. Yeah, that takes me up to 598. So I can get 2 Epsilon torpedoes. The railgun, I want to have a torpedo firing at the back because they're seeking weapons. So that way at least it will be able to have all weapons firing to the front. So that will make it, so that will be a little bit better. But having the second torpedo there, I think ultimately will be helpful. Everything else looking good. We've got the iron sheath armor. I'm going to change that to reflect one of them to at least be reactive hex armor. 2 shields is fine. So we'll save and exit that one. Now this is no longer a deal breaker. This would be a rail destroyer. We've got the destroyers are there. Escorts, we're only really using the heavy escort. So have a quick look at this. What this one's got: impact assault blasters, hex armor down there. Yep, that'll be okay. If we just go and we're on 391, so we've got a fair bit to play with in here. Let's just go and do the upgrade. 393, so hardly anything. Got the iron sheath armor there. We'll just go and change that one again to reactive. Actually, I can leave it on with the. No, I will make it reactive. Reactive hex armor, impact assault blasters. Again, I've got space then to change one of these into an Epsilon torpedo as well. So we've got the impact assault blaster there, and then the sentinel beam over there. Just change that into a torpedo. I can make them both torpedoes. Yeah, that works. Okay, this will be now a torpedo. Essentially, we'll just be going with lots and lots of torpedoes. So this will give me longer range to be able to start to hit things as well. So I quite like the idea of that one. Let's just save and exit that one. We're not using the other designs. Then we go down to these, and we're only really using the. It's funny because I thought we had a frigate carrier as well. Oh, there we are. We are using 10 of those. So just going to go and have a quick look at these as well. Just sort of see what they've got. They're already using Epsilon torpedoes, small ones there, and 2 sentinel beams. I'm actually pretty happy with that, to be honest. And 1 medium hive hanger there. Just the hex armor will be the only thing we really want to be doing here. So we'll just go and cancel that one and just do an upgrade. Again, we've gone well over because they've changed the torpedo. We want to go back to a small torpedo. Still takes us over. Iron sheath armor is the reason. It takes us just under. So put the reactive hex armor in there. Everything else looks good. So we'll save and exit that one. Then we've got the assault frigate we're not using. We're using the... Actually, which one are we using? We're using this heavy frigate as well. So if we have a quick look and see what this one's made up of. 2 sentinels, which is good. So we've got protection there. Impact assault blasters back in through there. Hex armor there. Okay, so we'll just go and cancel that and then do an upgrade. Again, well and truly over. It's given us medium rail guns. So it's added that one to it, and the iron sheath armor. We're just going to change them back across to reactive hex armor. And we've got the medium railgun would be useful, but oh, hang on, we're right on limits there. So we can actually pop that in there. So that medium railgun is a whole other dimension to what this thing can then do to shielding. So this little frigate here can actually do a lot of damage. So I'm actually quite happy with that. Like that was a complete addition than what we had there before. So yeah, that's good. All right, I'll keep that where that is. That's all looking fine. And the rest of that sort of works. So that's right on the limit. So we'll save and exit that one. And that should be all of it, I think. I don't think I've got any other manual designs. Everything else is automatic. So that means that one thing I just want to double check on is that we have our fleet templates still working. So if we have a look at the carrier fleet, this is one that we actually had set up as a raiding fleet. And I just want to go and edit this one and just make doubly sure. So we now actually have the destroyer carrier is the one that we had chosen there. But we now have a destroyer carrier version 3. So I'm just going to go and tell it that that is the one that we want it to be using, the new version for that. The frigate carrier is going to be the frigate carrier 2, that's fine. No, frigate carrier 3. So being very specific about what we end up putting on these. So that will be done there. An escort, whatever the latest design for heavy escort is, that's fine. So when we've got such specific things, we do have to go in every time and just fix it up. Hi, Von Schweiner, how are you going? So Cliffhanger, how's the campaign going? We're doing very, very well. Very, very well now. So we've got the carrier fleet, which is our 7th fleet, I think, is now been. We've only got one fleet that's making use of that. We've got attack fleets. We'll just have a quick look and see what that one's using. So this one is using the destroyer design that it's wanting to use. It's using the heavy frigate version 2, and we're going to change it to the heavy frigate version 3. So we actually are using our latest frigate. The Dealbreaker Destroyer will now become the Rail Destroyer version 4. And the Cruiser, I think I'll just go latest for the whole light cruiser. And that will then be the Rail Cruiser version 2. So that will become what we then need to have there. So I don't think we'll end up... we didn't make any cruisers that were carriers. I think it was only destroyers. Yeah, destroyer carriers and frigate carriers, that's fine. So that works out well for us. So latest design for the light cruisers, that's going to be fine for that one. So that's now all up to date. The defence fleets, we'll just have a quick look at these as well. These ones use the latest design for the hull heavy escort and then the heavy frigate version 3. Just because we're using multiple designs for the same hull, so we just got to micromanage that as well. So normally you wouldn't have to do that. All right, so we're now going to be very specific. Like the first fleet is has still got an invasion fleet coming in, so I'm not going to tell it to go off and retrofit just yet. So first is, I'll just get rid of those. First fleet is just no mission. Second fleet is no mission, but I do want it to go off to Raltier and actually get that one ready for the attack. So I could retrofit this now. I think I might just quickly go and do that. So the second, I'm just going to tell it to go and retrofit at the space station because it's right here. Where is the space station? There it is. In fact, if I just tell it to go and retrofit at Venex 1 Spaceport. So we'll now just go and do its retrofit. We've got a bit of money, so this is actually fine. We'll get some of the basic things done. The fourth probably wants to go off and retrofit as well, but I'm not going to worry about that one just yet. Yeah, they've got no mission. 5 infantry, 22 armour. Yes, we're certainly ready to go in here. I think I'll just leave that where that is. I'm not sure where this one's heading off to. It's actually heading off over here somewhere. So not heading to Raltier just yet. So I'll leave the fourth. God, you know, I could actually just tell it to retrofit as well at Venex 1. I might as well just go and do it while we're here. Fifth does need to get more ships. We can afford one more destroyer there. This one here wants to retrofit at Gulrath 1. Now I've got a few different fleets in here. The 9th. The 5th. I think I'll just leave them off while we've got this big fleet hovering around. The 6th is got no mission. It's back over here, and it really doesn't have any problems. So let's just go and tell the 6th to go and retrofit at the Cruella spaceport. So it will then just sort of sort itself out in here. That's the 6th, the 7th. Can retrofit. This is miles away at Epier. So yes, you can retrofit. That's our carrier force. The 8th can also retrofit. So they can retrofit at Citadel. This is again in the south. The 9th, this is the one that we're currently attacking a mining station at Gulrath. I might let it finish its attack, or what I can do is just go and do a long right click and then just queue. Oh no, I can't do that. No, I'll just let it finish off this attack. And then we'll just get it to retrofit as well. Oh, hang on, this one's already set to automatically do raiding, so it'll do it itself. Nothing to do with us. Excuse me. Yeah, sorry about my croaky voice, guys. It's improving slowly. I completely lost my voice a few days ago. That's all right. We don't need to worry about that one. Incoming fleet, the 11th invasion fleet, going down towards Ancot down here. Now, they're miles away, but they travel so fast. Oh, no, they don't. 11th Invasion Fleet. This is a big fleet. 6 infantry, 9 armour. So we will need to have a defence group back there. They're going back to try to retake this other world. They've got defence. They've got invasion fleets in there, which are a bit of a problem. Actually, I might just have a quick look and think about what we do with the fleet templates yet again with the invasion fleets. And if we just go and edit this, so it's just going with the latest heavy frigate one, which I don't know if I want that actually. I don't know because it could end up becoming a heavy frigate version 3 or a frigate carrier version 3. Because they both use the same hull. I don't think it matters, I don't think it matters. So I'm just going to go with whatever. I need one more fleet to help over at Raltier. I can do that from Gulrath, actually. 22nd. Fleet of the Dayots. Now, that's not the Dayots, that's the 20th Fleet. So 20th Fleet of the Dayots travelling towards Gulrath 1 spaceport. So this is Gulrath. So we've still got a lot of attacks going in here. This is the 5th attack fleet. Does need to get more ships. So let's go and get more. We've got the retrofit happening. They're refueling at Gulrath 1. Where is it though? Where is this fleet? It will have come into long-range scanner range. Where's the 20th fleet though? Just got to hover over these until we find a 20th. God, there's so many. So many. I don't know where it is. It's the 20th. That's Boscaran. That's not the 22nd fleet. It's like it's already here. That's ours. That's not them. We don't need to worry about that one. 22nd Fleet. It's got me a bit stumped, actually. Search item. Yeah, I guess it should. 22nd Fleet Dayots. So if we have a look at the... 22nd Fleet of the Dayots. Hang on, that's just War Swarms. not picking up those. It should show us. It's showing us the target, but not where they're coming from. I mean, it could be way back out over here somewhere. How are we going in here? So we're coming in to smash. Oh, this is a resort base. Did we pick up that last war mission? Defend the important colony. Yeah, that's okay. Looks like we've destroyed that area. So I'll just get the 3rd attack fleet, which is actually stationed at Gulrath. And I'll bring this one back home now. So we'll just tell it to go back and for retrofits, I guess. Yeah, retrofit. I'll just tell it to go and do that. So it'll go home. The 5th I'll just keep hovering around. I won't actually upgrade those just yet because I don't know where that fleet is. We do actually have this fleet as well, which has now finished off its job. So the 9th should automatically... It's trying to find little targets everywhere. I might just tell it to go and retrofit now. It's still got an automatic role of raiding, but let's just go and get it retrofitted as well. Actually, did we set that up properly? Because we've now got sort of like this bit of confusion, the raiding force there, let's just go and edit this. Yeah, we've got to be explicit here. These have to be the heavy frigate version 3s. And latest design for the heavy escort is fine. So, but the frigates, we've got carriers and attack craft. So just be explicit with those. I like how much control you have over what you want to do, if you want to do it that way. All right, so we've still got fleets coming down this way. We've now got fleets coming out this way as well. The 4th is going to go off and retrofit. Let's just unpause. Didn't give us any song and dance about killing off that that war score thing. I'm going to have to keep a fleet back there now in the Vetai system. Sorry, in the Venex system. Just to counter the fleet that's coming this way. So we're not seeing anything that's actually targeting Gulrath itself, which is sort of funny. I thought we'd see that. 22nd Fleet. That would be an attack fleet. It could be from way back in here. That we've got an ambassador there, and he may have seen something leaving. That may be what happened. New monitoring station completed. Okay, this is good. This is going to give me long-range scanners now all the way through here, which is very, very cool. So if we go back and turn on our long-range scanners, we now have anything coming through that gap will now be spotted as well. So we've got like good range everywhere for our long-range scanners. That's good. And they get a plus 100% range on those as well. If they get discovered, then they'll be destroyed, but we'll see what actually happens there. I really wanted to move that one off. I'm going to have to move one of these Gulrath fleets off, I think. Oh, hang on. Now we've got this. Let's go back to the 5th. And we can now build all 3 destroyers for it. So I think we'll do that. I'll just get those queued up. Monitoring station. Which one's that? Yeah, it's not that far off. We'll be able to... Don't worry about that one so much. That's just a sentinel station. Don't need to worry about it. Raltier has to fall before we end this war. Okay, 2 of our agents. Another invasion fleet coming in to Vatai. Not too concerned because the first is just so strong. So we've got those in there. And guys, we're actually running out of time, so I'm going to have to call it quits, I think. Is there anything we needed to do before this happened? There's the 9th down there. 5th back up there. Don't know what they're doing. The 20th is just hovering around. That's an enemy fleet. Attack the 9th. They're going after the 9th. Okay, in that case, what we'll do is we will move the 9th. So we'll just manually. They're retrofitting at Gulrath. The 5th are not retrofitting, so we're just going to move the 5th down into here, and that way they can move down and actually pick up the what we're doing here. So we've got 3 more ships being built. Not sure where, possibly around here somewhere. Yep, there's frigates being constructed. So we don't want to be doing all the retrofitting all at once because they will actually then come back down. I might just let this one start so we can start the actual fight. And then we'll call it quits at that stage. Oh, colony invasion of Ancot. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. So we moved everyone off. We only have one troop there. And we don't know what's on board there. All right, so the 2nd are still retrofitting. Okay, you have to go down and help this. We're going to have to take this one back again. That's the way it goes. Let's just attack this one here. No trips at Incot. Now this we're not going to be able to do these at Sarin Sit 3. This is their home world, so we're going to decline that one. Colony invaded. Yes, we've now got the invasion going in. We're still okay at this stage. We will get space control if we can get down there fast enough, but there'll be more and more dropping in. I think I'll leave it here. This will be how we leave it, and we'll come back and watch the re-invasion of Ancot yet again, and just sort of see what actually does happen. So guys, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I should be back again tomorrow. I'll see how my throat goes. Like, I'm sort of trying to rest it a little bit, but it held up pretty well today. So see how it goes tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better. Cliffhanger, there we are. We've had a lot of different things actually happening with this one, and this has been pretty cool, actually, the way it's sort of been working. So anyway, it should be good fun. So anyway, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.